Good morning and welcome to Between the Trees Business Talk with the Woodlands Area Chamber of Commerce, brought to you by Woodlands Online. We appreciate you joining us this morning, and we have shifted from spring to summer. The weather is heating up, and it is time for us to start looking toward 4th of July, one of our favorite holidays and opportunities to gather both as a community and with family and friends to celebrate our country and all of the wonderful things that it brings to us. We have today, and we're excited to have Mr. John Powers, who is the president of the South County 4th of July Parade Committee. John, welcome so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Glad
thank
to be
you
here.
for coming over and spending the morning with us. It was a little bit tough kind of navigating through some of the humidity for me this morning. I'm just going to be honest.
Okay.
I knew it was here. I know that it's a part of the Houston, the Woodlands experience. What I was not prepared for was how bad glasses fog up when you step.
That does happen. Yes, it does.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So we're glad you're here with us, and want to talk a little bit about all the exciting things that go on throughout the Woodlands area for the 4th of July, but most notably the parade.
Yes.
And so let's tell us first a little bit about kind of your journey to getting to be a part of this.
Well, the parade is my favorite subject to talk about next to my grandsons. But I'm glad to be a part of it. After retirement from the Woodlands Township, I wasn't really looking for anything special to do. It kind of fell in my lap. Some community leaders came forth and said, "Hey, we'd like for you to help get involved with the parade," and so I did. And we put together a great team of people on the committee. Kelly Dietrich is the vice president. She's been past president for many years. Stuart Schroeder is the treasurer. He too is a past president, been involved. Naomi Gonzalez, new general manager at Market Street. She's been involved for a long time, and Market Street team, they just do an incredible job. Nick Sorensen's a director. He's been involved for a long time. Then Angel Nix, our secretary. She's a special event wizard, works for the Woodlands Township and handles community engagement. And me, I guess. So that's our key group, and they're all been very experienced in the parade, and with them being on board, I said, well, yeah, I'll be glad to help out, and it's been a real honor and privilege.
Awesome. So tell me, how long has the parade been in existence?
This will be its 49th year. It began in the 70s by the Woodlands Lions Club.
Okay.
And it eventually became its own nonprofit group. And the Lions Club is still very involved. They're very supportive. They will have a booth at Town Green Park. They handle an announcing session there. And so it's been 49 years. Next year will be the 50th anniversary of the parade, which coincides with the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Yes.
Be our sesquicentennial anniversary.
There you go. Look at you. That's
Yeah.
a big word. I like
It
that.
is. I have to think about that.
I always love when we start counting years and we put those names on and you're like, okay, let me say this just right.
Yeah.
Sesquicentennial. That's all right. So what's our theme this year?
This year's theme is the Wings of Liberty, celebrating the bald eagle. And we picked that for a number of reasons, but in December, I don't know if people realize that the bald eagle was not our national bird until December. Congressional action made it official. Everybody thought, the bald eagle's our national bird. It's been the symbol on the Great Seal
Sure.
for the United States since 1782, I believe. But not the national bird, never been a national bird. And since we have so many bald eagles in the Woodlands, a nest there by the Methodist Church and Hughes Landing. I believe there's nests at Carlton Woods, down in Creekside in the Mitchell Preserve, that we thought it would just be real fitting to honor the bald eagle. And to go with that, of course, we have our logo and branding
Sure.
of the eagle. We're going to have a live bald eagle appear at the parade. The U.S. Game and Fish agent in charge here in Shenandoah helped us secure a live bald eagle from the Last Chance Forever Birds of Prey Conservancy in San Antonio.
Sure.
And their education director, Kelly Rayner, is going to bring the bald eagle, and it'll be appearing there in Market Street prior to the parade. And then hopefully we can arrange it to where she actually gets into the parade later. But for an up-close view of a live bald eagle, Market Street between 8 and 9 before the parade kicks off.
That's phenomenal. And, you know, for those who don't know, that's a bit of a win. Like, it's not, you don't get this opportunity,
Right.
Not just anywhere, but then not like in your hometown, run down to Market Street and get to see a bald eagle up close.
Exactly. We're
And
very excited about that.
absolutely. It's, you know, it's a stunning kind of interaction and opportunity because they are such large and majestic birds. And,
Right.
you know, to kind of see the seal come to life before your eyes is pretty amazing.
It is. That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, we're excited about that.
Yeah. I know we've got the eagle cams that kind of look out.
Yeah, people
over
follow
the-
those. Yeah, my wife's
the
got
eagles
those. Yeah.
all through the woodlands. But, you know, to get the chance to, you know, just walk out and see one, even flying around,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that we're really blessed. Several years ago was in another part of the country, but they have very similar fortune that we do here. And I was driving over a bridge, and there was an eagle's nest, and I was like, "My goodness, what type of pterodactyl type?"
Yeah, they're huge.
Because they're huge,
They are
and when you
huge.
see them that close up, you know, that far up close, it's
Yeah.
you know, it's really an impressive kind of thing. So, well, tell us a little bit more about the parade.
So
and-
between 8 and 9, the parade steps off at 9 o'clock, and I'll talk about that more. But between 8 and 9, in Market Street and around the venue, there'll be live entertainment. There's jugglers, there's clowns with balloons, guys on stilts entertaining, and then the bald eagle will be there. So, you know, even though the parade's at 9, between 8 and 9 is quite a bit of entertainment. Then it steps off at 9 o'clock, and this year something new, very exciting addition, is it's going to start off with a cannon salute. And Rolling Thunder, this 3/4 replica of this old 8-pound cannon, will be fired to start it off. Rolling Thunder is owned by the Lone Star Volunteers,
Okay.
Michael Wilson, and they will be there to fire it off and kick off the parade with the cannon salute.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So one more wrinkle for 49. What are you guys going to say for 50? I mean,
I know. You know, we're building up to it. It's
There
going to
we
be
go.
hard to
So
top all
I'll
this,
tell
right?
you what, it's going to be something amazing.
Because right after that, excuse me, is the, I thought I turned that off. The Sons of the American Revolution are going to present the colors.
Okay.
So the Freedom chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution will be carrying the flags to follow the lead banner bearers. And we're really honored to have SAR, Sons of American Revolution, in their period costumes,
Awesome.
carrying the colors. That brings a great new level of prestige, patriotism, education of American history, you know, in the parade.
Absolutely. That is phenomenal. So tell us a little bit. So we'll kick off with the cannon. We'll have the presentation of colors, which I think, in the style that you all are doing it, is both honoring and reflective, right?
Yes.
It does. It gives us that chance to really kind of think back and go, one more reason to just love our country and all that it represents and the history that we have. So, so we'll kick off. Where do we go from there?
Mhm.
Let's talk about the parade route.
Right. Well, it's about 1.2 miles, beginning there at the intersection of Lake Woodlands and Grogan's Mill Drive, then south on Grogan's Mill to Lake Robbins, and east on Lake Robbins in front of Town Green Park and the Pavilion. Then it turns into Market Street, makes the loop around Market Street, and then exits out on the north side on Lake Woodlands Drive, going back west, but in the eastbound lanes of
Yep.
Lake Woodlands. To end back at where it starts. All the staging, the floats, and the bands, we've got 7 marching bands this year, 6 marching bands, I'm sorry, 6 that will stage at the Methodist Church. We've got horses in the parade. They stage at Keller Williams. We've got military equipment that stages at the old GE Betts building. And they all come together in this magic that our team does of coordinating fire trucks from the Woodlands Fire Department and Needham Road and Emergency District 8, the Montgomery County Office of Homeland Security will have their big units in there. Sheriff's going to have equipment as well. So we'll have fire trucks and police vehicles, military vehicles, horses, 6 marching bands. We got Willis High School, Hempstead, College Park, the Woodlands High, and Grand Oaks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So really another opportunity to showcase, our young people and the talents that they bring. And high school bands are one of those things that there are times I just can't get enough of them, but
they
really
make
is.
A parade.
Yeah.
It's not a parade without a marching band,
right.
And you got to have those. And we're very fortunate that the school district and the band directors are very supportive, involved. The kids love to come. The parade committee over the years have donated almost $100,000 in scholarships to the bands in support of what they do. And so we're proud to be able to give back what we can in that program.
For sure. And so, when we look at it, we were just talking about all the different staging areas. You're talking about the bands and the band directors, and there's a lot of community partners in this, right?
Definitely.
And it's exciting to hear just how many community partners come together to make a community event. Mm-hmm. So it's, our people serving our people in a new way. Who's our sponsor for this year?
Well, thank you for asking that, because we can't do it without the sponsors. And we're very, very fortunate to have the presenting sponsor being Houston Methodist, the Woodlands Hospital.
Awesome.
Yeah, they are a great community leader, sponsor of just about everything. And we're so proud to have them as our presenting sponsor, and David Bernard and their team of being part of that. But there's many more,
Yes.
After that. Our community partners, the Woodlands Township.
Yes.
And they help us in kind with a number of things, financially, and their team of people with Parks and Recreation, their special events and all, are couldn't do it without them and what they do with the Woodlands Township. We thank Brad Bailey, the board of directors, of all their support.
Absolutely.
Howard Hughes and Waste Connections are our Bald Eagle sponsors.
Oh, nice.
This year, and we very fortunate to have them. We've got St. Luke's, and let me get my list so I don't want to forget anybody, right? Market Street is our Statue of Liberty venue sponsor. And as I mentioned, Naomi and her team there, you would not believe how much work they do to make all the great things in and around Market Street happen. The security, the entertainment, the decorations, all of that is just really key, for Market Street. But in addition, we got Woodforest National Bank and St. Luke's Hospital. Those two also are very integral to the community. We appreciate them. The Woodlands Professional Firefighters Association have been a long supporter of the parade, and we're glad that they're involved. And their president, Eric Sechrist, will be one of the parade judges. Awesome. And then Stars and Stripes sponsors are the Strong Firm, the Tough Firm, City of Shenandoah, and the Union Pacific Railroad. And all of those are very supportive of what we do. They're very involved, not just in the parade, obviously, but as you know, throughout the community. Their service and their leadership is just fantastic. Yeah. We're really happy for them.
That's phenomenal, and thank you to all of those amazing sponsors, because we know that it's because of you all that we get to have this event, and those names that you read off, of course, are not unfamiliar to most of us, right? And those are just great community partners that help us have the way of life that we do. It's also interesting. I was listening to you read it off, and on the legal side, we're pretty well covered, right? We got strong, tough lawyers out there.
We do have strong, tough lawyers.
So quick shout out to Brett and Bruce.
There you go.
I know they're watching, but somebody will tell them and go, "Did you hear? Between the trees today."
Yeah. And to continue that, I didn't mention it, but Nelda Blair is legal counsel for the parade committee.
There we go.
All right, and she'll be the chauffeur for our grand marshal.
Awesome.
Right, which is Dr. Ann Snyder. will be the Grand Marshal for the parade. We're very honored to have Dr. Snyder in that role. She's done it before in the past, but we felt it appropriate again for all that she's done for our community, her leadership, her service, all the involvement that she has with all the groups, Hometown Hero, Citizen of the Year, school board past chairman, past chairman of the Woodlands Township. I mean, you name it, Dr. Snyder has been there.
Absolutely.
Interfaith and the community hospital, and she's on the many boards and all that. So we're just really thrilled to have Dr. Snyder as our Grand Marshal, chauffeured by Nelda Blair in a luxury vehicle provided by Post Oak Motors.
There we go. So that luxury vehicle is yet to be named. You have to show up to see, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, and it is that's kind of a legendary lineup that you got. You got Nelda and coming in from the Blair Law Firm, and being kind of the chauffeur, but legal counsel, of course, for the parade, and Dr. Snyder. I think if there was ever a presidential appointee for an ambassador from the Woodlands, we're going to have someone be the ambassador to the Woodlands. She is such a great ambassador.
Yes, definitely.
Of this community. And some people diminish to saying cheerleader, but I say wholehearted advocate, and just really someone who brings the spirit of the Woodlands to every moment that she is in, right? And I say that in the best way that I can articulate, because from the day I got here, she was one of the first people that reached out and was like, here it is. Yeah. This is who we are. And it's like, my goodness, she just embodies the spirit of the Woodlands. And
she does. She does. Very well said, and I certainly concur.
Absolutely. So, congratulations, Dr. Snyder. We'll look forward to seeing you there at the parade this year, and probably, given her schedule, 100 times before that, right?
Yes.
So, a lot of times people think hometown parade. And we're a hometown, right? We're 100,000, 120,000 people, but still a big hometown.
Yeah.
People think hometown parade, and they think, oh, it's cute. We get the kids. A couple of our clubs will show up and throw candy. That's kind of not us, right? It's a little bit larger scale than that.
Most definitely it is. When I got involved, I didn't realize how big and how much it was of a production. I thank goodness for our parade committee and the 250 plus volunteers that helped put it on. But it is a South County parade, so we have Grand Oaks High School, Far East County. And as far as we're concerned, South County is everything between Dallas and Houston.
There you go.
So we got Willis and Hempstead that's in there. We'll have, like I said, 6 marching bands. There'll probably be about 150 different entries. Probably 25 to 30 dignitaries, elected officials that are involved. As I mentioned, the horses and all that. It takes about an hour and a half for the parade from start to finish around. And so the roads are closed, beginning around 7 to get everything done, but we try to have them back open by 10:30, 10:45. So there'll be 20 to 25,000 spectators along that route. About 10,000 inside Market Street. And because you mentioned humidity earlier, I did want to mention that thanks to the village associations of Creekside, Calkins Crossing, Alden Bridge, and Sterling Ridge, we'll have 4 safety and hydration tents along the route. So there'll be free water that they're going to be passing out there. And if there's any issues, safety is paramount, that there'll be eyes and ears. They'll have communications to all of our emergency services, which Montgomery County Hospital District provides bike patrol, that's out there. It's a huge undertaking. It is a big parade. And as I said, it's one of the biggest between Dallas and Houston.
Yes, it's amazing. It really is amazing to think of, the logistics, the coordination, and the numbers, and, the largest parade between Houston and Dallas, and which is, I think, a big deal. I mean, because there are a lot, but to be the largest between Houston and Dallas and the best in the state, that's
definitely
it's a lot of weight to carry.
It's good,
but it's okay. So I guess now that you've shared all this information, there are people out there wondering, is it too late for me to be a participant in the parade?
It is not. We still have room, and the registrations close on June 14th.
Okay.
So you can go to our website, 4thofjulyparade.org. Real simple, 4thofjulyparade.org, and go to the parade portal, and you can register through the 14th. There is an approval process, and you got to, read the rules and regulations and sign the waiver and agree to abide by all the rules, because we want it to be a very family-oriented, red, white, and blue, U.S. flags all over.
Absolutely.
Patriotism is what we're all about in that. Also on the website, something new this year, is you can buy some reserved seating. If you want an up-close, primary prestigious view of the parade right across from the pavilion, we'll have 6 tents, 10 by 10 tents with 10 to 15 chairs that you can reserve online for your group. There'll be a cooler of water and water bottles. There'll be a volunteer coordinator there, and you got preferential parking across the street at the pavilion, and you can get that online too. Very limited tents.
Yes.
So those will probably go in a hurry. We just opened that up in the last couple of days, but that's something new too. Is the Parade Porch Plaza.
Parade Porch
Thanks to
Plaza.
Kelly Dietrich, we got the Parade Porch Plaza
Phenomenal.
and tents that you can rent.
Look at that. I mean, there's alliteration all over the place and a little rhyming going on. But that is a wonderful opportunity. And for those who may be interested in still participating, of course there are guidelines, but I think for companies, for civic clubs, so show that engagement, show not just the support of the community, but show that patriotism off and get out there. And it's not only a fun day for employees, and I think an opportunity to kind of rally a team and put together a float and all of those things, rallying the team in a different way, but a marketing opportunity of sorts, because you're going to have a couple thousand folks, 10, 12, 15,000 folks who are going to see you in a different light as a company and go, they are here, they are part of this community, and they do support, the things that are going on local. We need to support them, right?
Exactly. We do have 10 different categories of, or we have 10 different awards that are given out, but several different categories: commercial, non-commercial, the nonprofit, etc. And the community judges, which we didn't mention, will have a bird's eye view of the parade, and they will select the best out of those 10 categories.
Nice.
Last year's presidential award was Texas Trucks. And to your point, all of these different decorated vehicles, Jeeps and vehicles with the flags, with all their employees. Bradbury Brothers, I don't know how many dozens of their employees are out there walking. Memorial Hermann Hospital, one of the most beautiful floats, and Wood Forest, their float, their employees are really part of all of that. But our community judges, real quick, we've got Lieutenant General Stephen Hummer, U.S. Marine Corps retired, is one of the judges. Okay. Bruce Tuff is one of our judges as well. We also have Eric Sechrist from the Professional Firefighters Association. We've got Jeff Young from the Pavilion, the CEO of Pavilion. Mayor John Escoto from the city of Shenandoah. Lisa Lowell from Houston Methodist, the Woodlands, and Christine Alfin from Wood Forest.
Awesome.
There may be some others that we add on, but those are community leaders, well known throughout the community, that will have the opportunity to view all of the floats and the entries and award the best in all those categories.
Awesome. Great community leaders and all good chamber members, which is which is nice. Yeah. That is nice. So, we've talked to logistics. We've looked at most of the logistics. A lot of those things going on, but there are still other opportunities. Royce Brooks and Lisa Brooks. Royce from our team, Lisa from our family, exactly, have volunteered for years.
Forever. They are stalwart volunteers that we can't do without them in the staging area. They're part of that magic that I referenced. It's just wonderful to watch how Royce and Lisa and the other volunteers there, Walt Leszewski, Andrew Freeman, Wayne Gasman. We can go on and on of the
Sure.
people that are key in that area. But Lisa and Royce are like conductors in there,
Yes.
you know, make everybody come together. And we can't do it without those kind of volunteers.
So how can people join them? How can people get into the Brooks Symphony?
Yeah, the Brooks Symphony. Well, if you want to be a volunteer, you know, we still take volunteers. You can go to the parade website, 4thofjulyparade.org, and there's a big volunteer registration button. We do get a lot of volunteers. I got to get a shout out to the National Charity League, several different chapters of those moms and daughters, just hundreds of those teams that are throughout, plus the National Charity Roundtable, so the dads and sons. But there's a lot of individuals, and you can just do that there. And if you want to register to be in the parade, same thing. Go to the 4thofjulyparade.org and click on Parade Portal and register.
Awesome, awesome. One thing we haven't addressed is those folks who are just we're just showing up to watch and to enjoy the parade. How early should folks plan to get there?
I would suggest they try to get there at 8 at the latest. Again, the roads will start to close in the area around 7:30. You know, there's parking at all of the colored lots south of Lake Robbins, in the town center garage by the pavilion, the Market Street garage itself, not the flat lots, and then on the north side of Lake Woodlands. So there's plenty of parking in that area. But get there early. If you don't reserve a seat in the tent, you know, bring your chairs. Town Green's a great place. Of course, Market Street is the epicenter of all the activity. Sure. We'll have the Rolling Thunder cannon salute at that intersection. So down Lake Robbins Drive will be a good spot there. On the return route on Lake Woodlands westbound is a great place to, or it's eastbound, but it's going west. But there's so much to see. You want to be there by 8, and you might stake your chairs, but then check out Market Street, check out Town Green Park,
Absolutely.
Check out the announcers at Pavilion. I didn't mention the announcers. We got Nick Wolda and Ramon Torres that are the MCs at North Commons. We've got Amos McDonald that's going to be at a new announcing tent in front of the pavilion. We got Mark Sudduth doing announcing at Wells Fargo, and then the Ones Lions Club will do it at Town Green. 4 announcing locations as the parade goes around. So you can't be anywhere without hearing an announcer.
That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. So, so you heard it. Get there early. Let's and I would encourage. You said at least by 8. Come on out 6:30 or 7. We got lots of great breakfast places there.
We certainly do. From
the Marriott on north. Just come on in, have breakfast, sit around, see a neighbor, meet a friend, and enjoy all of the things that we have. Park anywhere but the HEB lot.
Right.
Just a friendly public service announcement once again, that we don't want to park there. But so you said don't park on the flat lots.
Right. The garage
Market Street garage
goes often, and the Town Center garage, and all the colored lots south of Riva Road.
All right. So share with us once again the website.
4thofjulyparade.org.
4thofjulyparade.org. That is your place for the parade route map to enter. To still sponsor. I'm sure you still take a few sponsors if they want it. All the social media accounts can be located there, but just for folks' edification, where can we find you on social media?
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
All right, the big 3.
You bet.
All right. And so that's good. And then if you want to be a volunteer, that's 4thofjulyparade.org as well. So please take a visit. Make sure that you're informed, and most of all that you show up and come out and be a part of the great celebration. So the parade is central, right? That is kind of the kickoff of the day. Like the official celebration will begin with the cannon, but I bet it doesn't stop after the parade is over.
No, it doesn't. It continues. The township has a Red Hot and Blue Festival. Which is a grand celebration all over the community. Of course, the night before is the Star Spangled Salute at the pavilion, and it ends with a cannon. So you'll end the night before, Thursday night, with a cannon salute, I assume, as your history will tell us. And then we'll start the next day with a cannon salute.
Nice.
One little last bit I didn't mention, our national anthem singers. So we also, we've got national anthem singers. We're very happy to have Cameron Concepcion to sing the national anthem.
Phenomenal.
He's a College Park alum and a America's Got Talent golden ticket.
Nice.
Yeah. And then a new thing, we're going to end the finale. And Ellie Yarborough from Grand Oaks High School is going to sing God Bless America. We want everybody to sing God Bless America at the end of the parade.
That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal.
Sorry,
So,
I need to inject that.
no, that's great. I mean, just what a way to celebrate the day. So the night before, we've got
Star Spangled
Star
Salute
Spangled Salute.
at the Pavilion. That's free concert.
It's a complimentary concert brought to you by a great community partner as well. So we'll say, boom, go to bed. Boom, get up. Let's have a parade.
Yep. And then boom at night with the fireworks.
And that is tell me the name again,
Red Hot and Blue.
Red Hot and Blue Festival. I got to get all these names memorized.
Yeah.
Through with the township that evening.
Yes, it's a grand celebration that they produce. There's at least 3 different fireworks locations, maybe 4. Need to check and see what they have done for the final firing locations. Big festival at Town Green, Waterway Square, Hughes Landing, Creekside Park. It's all over.
Awesome. So, when we think about it, there's a place for everybody to engage, right? Whether it's early in the morning, late in the evening, throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
We have a full-fledged 4th of July celebration. If that does not scream community to me, I don't know what does.
It is. It's the best community to live, work, play, and pray anywhere in the world.
Yes. Guys, this is a throwback to when the bald eagle went on the seal, because communities got together and it was okay to spend a whole day with our neighbors, right? And now we're there,
Yes.
which is, in case you can't tell, I am fired up. Like, we've got a lot to accomplish in June, but I can't wait until the 4th of July because I just, having been here this short time, I can't wait to experience this opportunity and this celebration in the Woodlands. And so we're fired up.
Well, we're glad that you're here. We hope that your first experience with the grand celebration in the Woodlands in South County meets all your expectations.
For sure.
And you'll get have a great family experience.
For sure. It's going to be wonderful. So I will say it. I'll be the first to let everybody know. If you want to find me, look in the kind of general Market Street area from the night of July the 3rd until the end of the night on July the 4th.
There you go.
Don't call on the 5th because I will be warned. No, well, John, thank you so much for coming by. Anything else you want to share before we head out?
I just appreciate the Chamber and Woodlands Online for this opportunity to brag about what our community gets to do on the 4th. It's just a terrific experience. I'm honored and privileged to be a part of it. Great team, great community, great sponsors, great performers and participants. It's just a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Absolutely. Well, we are truly grateful to you all for stopping by today, but most of all, for the work you've been doing all the year. And I know it's a year-round deal to get to one day, right? But we appreciate you all making that investment, not only in just creating an experience, but for loving the community at a level that you would take your time and invest it to create that experience for the rest of us. And so thank you from everybody, the tens of thousands that will show up that day and enjoy this celebration of our country and our community.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's my privilege.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
You bet.
We appreciate it. It's great to see you as always. And thank each one of you all for joining us today on Between the Trees Business Talk, presented by Woodlands Online. We thank you for being here. We look forward to seeing you July the 3rd, 4th, if not before. And until our next time here in this venue, we are going to say goodbye. Have a phenomenal week, and we will see you next time Between the Trees. Have a great day.